meeting, our life members are not coming.
Yes, it is. Meeting. Many life members came, Prabhupada.
Oh.
There are many cars also.
So mangoes hanging. Krishna has everything. It's little difficult for everyone. They want hodgepodge. Everything is all right. So, has anybody offered some lump sum for the construction?
Not as yet, Prabhupada. Actually, we are all waiting for Mr. Pitti to make his pledge. They have some kind of this Marwari community.
I did not see Hari Prasad.
He was there.
He is there?
Oh yes, his whole family was there. Mr. Pula Reddy was there.
Yes, Pula Reddy, I said. And he's so much convinced with our philosophy in Bombay. He's going to take sannyas.
Oh,
yes.
In Hare Krishna land?
Yes. Although he is officially Shaivite, but he says, I am so much convinced with your speech.
Who is that person? Oh, we don't need that.
I do not remember the name.
He lives in that same building?
Yes,
Oh.
downstairs.
Oh. He comes to every one of your lectures.
I'll just
isn't
tell
he?
him that we don't need the car.
Huh?
I will tell him that we do not need the car.
Yes. Between Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha.
Nitya Mukta devotees, Prabhupada, they are always engaged in the service of the Lord. And every thought of theirs is engaged at the lotus feet of Krishna, of serving him completely. And when they appear on this earth, persons like yourself, they only come here for the purpose of reclaiming the fallen conditioned souls. They have no reason to come to this material world for their own enjoyment. That is never on their mind. But the Nityabandhas, they are here simply to try and manipulate this material nature so that they can engage their own senses in gratification, either themselves or their extended self like their family. So the difference between the two is one is serving Krishna, the other is simply serving the senses.
Is that all right?
Eternally liberated?
Eternally conditioned.
Eternal living, they never forget Krishna. There is no period throughout the existence. There is no question of existence, it is there all exist. Never touched by Maya, forgetfulness. That is Nityamukta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
You were talking that a person, he can come up to that position of Nitya Mukta by either following the principles of sadhana bhakti or causeless mercy, or you said there was also the question of kripa, the kripa siddhi, that one can attain perfection.
And that is sadhana bhakti.
One gets mercy by sadhana bhakti.
Yes. In the stage of sadhana bhakti is for the conditions of and siddha. Siddha means they are already mature. Siddha means nitya siddha.
said that if one does not worship Panchatattva, whatever actions he performs, even if he is so-called Krishna Bhakta, is to be considered offensive.
Yes.
Does this mean other sampradayas also?
Other sampradayas.
For instance, Ramanuja Sampradaya or also Madhva Sampradaya, they sometimes don't accept Panchatattva as being supreme. So is their actions also considered offensive, even if they are acting within Sampradaya?
Yes.
Ramanuja Sampradaya, do they have a chain of disciplic succession, bona fide chain to this present day?
Yes.
And the other Sampradayas also?
Yes. Chain must be there. Now they are strictly following the. That is another thing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Invited us to their program at Udupi, Madhva Sampradaya, when they are changing the acharyas every 2 years. They extended one invitation to come for their program, main temple program.
So I didn't accept.
There was no transportation available.
Transportation?
Should we go to such programs, Prabhupada?
They invite, right now. That means they recognize.
Yes.
But one thing, you be certain whether this Tirupati temple is going to allow our men.
I will send somebody tomorrow in advance to make preparations to Tirupati. Actually, Guru Kripa and Jasodanandan, they had darshan of Balaji.
Oh, that is all. They are not difficult.
Yes. And also Manibandha had once come. Last time in the Hyderabad program was the
Oh, that it is all.
They gave Guru Kripa and Yasodanandan a special darshan. They took them into the circle where usually they only let special people.
Then it is all right. Then that's fine. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Very impressed because we will have Nagar Kirtan all over the place.
Yes.
And if they are impressed, they can, when our construction starts, they will be very willing to also give a very huge donation. They are
How
capable.
many we are going altogether?
About 15 devotees.
So you have to go by plane?
No, we will go by bus.
Oh. Bus is going every day?
Yes, there was 2 very special buses.
Oh.
It costs 42 rupees per ticket to go there.
Wood is the strongest of all wood. Yes. Very strong.
What kind of wood is that?
It is guava tree.
Guava.
Yeah. You know what is that? Lattu we used to play. What is the English?
Spinning.
Like a small, and we used to
Oh, top. A top.
top.
Like that. Top.
What do you call top? Top.
That is made of this, Prabhupada? Oh.
Very strong.
This is great. You want to talk? Can you talk? Yeah, in America, yeah.
Tops to gamble. This part of the
Gambling religion. Now here also they are advertising gambling. This government. Deteriorating. The whole world is deteriorating. And suffering. Suffering is increasing. Still they are so rascal. They cannot understand what is the advancement. They have become so less intelligent.
usually though it is the children, they gamble for cookies and candy and things like this on special
No,
holidays.
children, they learn it from their parents. Otherwise they do not know. By memory, by mercifulness, people are not so merciful now. Suppose in your presence somebody is being killed, you avoid to stand there. No more merciful. What to speak of the animals? If a man is killed, nobody will take care. I have heard it in America. If somebody is killed or attacked, nobody will go to help. Is it not?
Yes.
So the mercifulness is gone. And what to speak of religiosity, that is completely gone. This thing will reduce mercifulness, religiosity, memory, bodily strength. So many, eight they are mentioned in the Bhagavad. Earliest principle.
You were writing that it's just a little bit of truthfulness is left.
Yes. You secure Daton from the tree. Ask them. The true Daton they gave, that is finished. Water is full, one can take bath.
Swimming.
Yes.
That these Old and New Testament and Quran, they are the Shastras of the Yovanas. They are not the same as the Vedic Shastras. They are not bona fide like that.
Yes.
Does this mean that they're not authentic, or how did they come here?
Oh.
These Bible and Quran, how did they get here? They were just inventions, or what?
Convention means that partially good for the time being. That's all. They are not eternally. Just like in the Bible, it is said, thou shalt not kill. This does not come within the category of eternal religion. People are so corrupted that they were forbidden, no, don't do this. Thou shalt not covet. A little moral instruction, that also they could not follow. There is no religion. And little God consciousness, there is God, kingdom of God. Little idea for the person who could understand. Otherwise, do you think that if somebody says, thou shalt not kill, is that any religious principle? Very ordinary thing. What is the question of God?
These things, they are also in Manu Samhiti.
That is part. Manu Samhita pervades completely. Manu Samhita is not religion. It is moral principle for conducting society. Religion is how to become devotee of Krishna. That is religion. That is nature. Will not kill, this is expectation. Someday in future one may become religious, that's all. Because by killing, they are going down or down. So if they stop killing, someday they will be able to understand what is religion. Sukriti, because without being freed from all sinful activities, nobody can understand what is God. Therefore, about God, in India, they can understand very easily. In other countries, they cannot. Very few. They always engaged in sinful activity. All forbidden sinful activity. Just like we said that gambling has been introduced in religion. Killing has been introduced in religion. What is that religion? The more they take to these sinful activities, the more they become implicated. Again birth and birth and birth and birth. Unless one is completely free, one cannot understand what is God. Jeshamantagatam papam. Do you know this verse?
When
Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
when one becomes free of sinful activities,
Yes.
then he can begin devotional life.
Yes. Jeshamantagatam papam janana punya karma te dandamaho nirmukta bhajante mangi. To stick to Krishna bhajan is not so easy that you will go on committing all sinful activities and you become Krishna devotee. That is not possible. You have to give up and you have to come. But this is the process. You will be free and you will understand. Guru Krishna Kripa, if one follows bona fide Guru's instruction and is engaged in devotional service, then it is possible. Then it is possible. Otherwise, if he does whimsically, then it will be a failure. He must carry out the instruction of the Guru, bona fide Guru. Guru means bona fide Guru, not Shuddha Guru. And according what Guru will advise, to be engaged in Krishna's service. These two things will help him. Otherwise it is not possible. Guru Krishna Kripa, by the mercy of Guru and by the mercy of Krishna. So, both of them should be served. That is the process. Not that now I have become advanced devotee, I don't require to serve Guru. Neither, I am serving my Guru, I don't care for Krishna. No, parallel line. Not that one line I can walk, no, parallel. Guru Krishna Kripaya Paya Bhakti Lata. Therefore, in our temple, along with deities, Guru is also worshipped. Guru Su Dharamati, if one accepts Guru, Guru is Guru, Guru is Guru, as ordinary human being, and there is offense. Naraki Buddha.
That kind of worship is eternal.
Yes. Janme janme pita se. Chakkhudan dila jai janme janme pita. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Where is that sloka you were quoting last night from, that ending, Gokala?
Go. Go khara.
Visham Vibhuti.
Go khara. That is in Bhagavad. Jasyatma buddhi kunapi iti dhat. Sadhi kalatra desu bhaumavijja. You give in that sloka. So actually at the present moment, the whole world is full of gokara, that's all, animals. Everyone thinks in terms, I am this body, that's all. He is not human being. But every so-called civilized man is thinking like that. So where is the civilization of human being? All gokharas, animals. Because if you keep all these ingredients, life will come. Is it not?
When the soul enters.
Huh?
When the soul is entering, they are all complete.
No. Say, if you keep, a man is dead and keep his body, so it will decompose, but the life will come, so many worms will come. So these are, if you say that chemicals, this material, then the chemicals are there and life is coming. Now you take this chemical and prepare. You cannot say, although these chemicals are there, there is some deficiency, therefore the life is not coming. No, why do you say like that? Life is coming. That man is not coming, but the life is coming. So these are ingredients for life, for you prepare. You bring that man. Still the rascal will say that life is made from matter. And not even gentleman. What to speak of becoming scientist. Now you prepare. No, in future we shall see. And he is getting Nobel Prize. Just see how the human society has become full of rascals, gokhara. They cannot prove, still they will insist, yes? And so far God is concerned, we learn from Shastra that God's two energies are working, like heat and light. So energies are working, we can see how these mangoes have come. Unless there is some energy. And therefore the energy is working, and therefore God is there. Just like as soon as light is there, although we are in the room, we can understand the sunlight is there. As soon as the darkness is there, we understand that there is no more sun. So, in the presence of energy, just like in the motor car, before starting, you round the key and it becomes gur. Now you can understand, the energy is there. So there are symptoms. By symptoms we can understand there is God. What is the difficult? And Krishna is explaining. Here, just see the symptom, the test in the water. Why do you say that you have not seen God? You are a liar. You create that taste. Now take sea water and make that taste. Why do take water from here and there? The sea water is there. Now you take it. And by chemically you create the taste. Why don't you? Therefore, unless God is there, you cannot do that. Or God sanctions, you cannot do that. This is a reasonable understanding of God, apart from seeing God. And because the taste is there, Krishna says, therefore God is there. You, according to capacity, you have to see God like that. You cannot see immediately Krishna, Divuj Murali is playing on floor. That you have no capacity. You have to see God like that. So when the rubber stamp is going to be delivered,
I'll bring it today. Before lunch.
so one must be intelligent enough to see God. Now the bird I do not see, but I am hearing the sound. Huh? Yeah, one must know there is a nice bird. Because the Varnashram Dharma is lacking, nobody is being educated as a Brahmin. They have lost all knowledge. Suppose in the society there is nobody educated as engineer, you don't find any engineer. So who will understand this? Unless one becomes Brahminical qualified, they cannot understand. Therefore, a class of man must be there, trained up as Brahmin. Then the understanding of God consciousness will be there. Otherwise finished. So now this rascal civilization, they're simply creating Shudras. What they'll understand? Simply Shudras. Factories, or technology, and because they're getting money, they are thinking, now we have got everything. On the money standard. Actually they have no knowledge. Just like we find an expert electrician and we pay him sufficiently, say $100. But does it mean that he has knowledge? He is expert in that Shudra's work, that's all. That does not mean because he has got money, he has got all knowledge. But people accept, he is money, his life is success. He has got all knowledge, that's all. And if you speak about God, these men are dweggers. They have made a profession, that's all. So if the society does not accept the proposition of Krishna, Chaturvarnam Maya system, they will suffer. Because the God consciousness will be lost. It is already lost. It may not be that everyone is God conscious, but a section, just like it may not be that everyone is physician, but a physician must remain there, must be there. So that when one is difficulty by disease, the physician may help him. Similarly, if in the society the Brahmin class is above, postgraduate of Brahmin class, Vaishnava, is not there, then the whole society will spoil. They'll indulge in this meat eating and wine, drinking wine and illicit sex, then it will be hell, and it has already become. Whole world is full of hellish person. In a civilized country like America, you cannot walk alone in the street at night. India is still honest. Any part of India you can work. Because the more sinful, is it not? In New York, especially in Brooklyn, or anywhere, you cannot walk alone. Is it not? Yes. Your life is at risk. That Central Park, nobody can walk there. I have heard from many women that they rape the Negroes, they capture and rape. Life is unsafe, even in a civilized city like New York. So what is this civilization? Our was Glen Park. Yes, she said.
She said.
No, she said.
Oh.
She was captured by a group of Negroes to rape her. That girl, what is his name? She was raped. Yeah, she was raped.
How do you teach at Varnashram College? In Varnashram College, if somebody comes in, they say, I want to be Kshatriya or I want to be Vaishya. Is it
No,
like
that will be tested by the teachers. What for he is fit. Will be tested by the Guru.
Who will teach him to be a Kshatriya or who will teach him to be a Vaishya?
A Kshatriya, a Brahmin. It's like if you want to learn music, you have to go to a musician.
So where will we get Kshatriyas?
That is in the Shastra. Anyone can learn it. Just like if you want to be a doctor, so you must have this qualification. So similarly, these things are stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Kshatriya means if there is fight, he must go forward, first of all, risking his life. That is Kshatriya.
So we have men who could teach this?
Huh?
Do we have
Yes. Because he knows how to teach. That's all.
The Brahmins, they all become devotee. They would all be engaged in devotional life. As
This is also devotion, to teach a Kshatriya, but this is necessary in the society. This is also devotion.
and Vaishyas.
It's like Krishna is fighting. Krishna is fighting, killing the demons. But that is also devotion. If you help Krishna by killing demons, not that simply by chanting you supply. That's why Bhishma Dev. He even injured Krishna, and Krishna took it very pleasant. And instead of throwing flower, he pierced his body with arrow. So, everything for the service. If Krishna is pleased, being pierced by the arrow, the devotee will do this. His only business is how to please Krishna. Just like the example is given by Vishwanath Chakravarti. When a man kisses a woman and bites her, she becomes pleased. Is it not? Is not a fact? But biting is pleasing. Is it pleasing? But sometimes it is pleasing. So one has to learn where to bite and where to... But if a rascal thinks biting is pleasing, I shall bite always, then he is a rascal. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Lying down on the Jamuna beach, on the sand, with his friends, and if you think, no, there is no need of bedding of Krishna. He was lying down on the Jamuna beach, so he lay down on the floor. So is that conclusion is very nice? No. So we must know how to please Krishna. Generally, the Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu, that is pleasing. Therefore, these rules and regulations for everyone. But when one becomes mature devotee, he knows how to please Krishna. He knows.
One question came up the other day when I was talking with this clergyman.
Clergyman?
Yes, the man I was talking to was a clergyman.
Where he was?
He was on the airplane when we were coming here to Hyderabad.
Oh.
And he was asking what our program was. I was telling him that, first of all, in order to relieve the confusion of society, we wanted to establish the Vedic culture with this Varnashram system. And he asked me what would be the program for that we would have for a man who works in the factory.
He's a Shudra.
Would we retrain him as a farmer?
No, if he is prepared. If not, let him remain. But we can utilize a Shudra also.
He can remain in the factory?
Yes.
But simply
But he cannot do the work of a Brahmana. He cannot be trained as a preacher. But he can help. Just like my legs. The legs cannot do the work of brain, but it can help me. I am working. So leg is as important as the brain. Similarly, Shudra is as important as the Brahmin, provided he helps the movement, Krishna consciousness. That is one thing. Not that artificially a Shudra should be working as a Brahmin, no. But everyone should be engaged in Krishna consciousness. That is required.
So in that case, he is a Shudra and he's also doing the work of it.
That he is not a Shudra. One who is engaged in Krishna's service is neither Brahman nor Shudra. He is devotee. He is Brahma Bhuta. Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Apparently he looks like Shudra. Just like we have got so many men from different quarters. But we do not belong to that quarter anymore. Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. Therefore anyone who takes, here is an American Vaishnava, here is an Indian Vaishnava, that is Naraki. It's Vaishnava. That understanding is required.
Just like that devotee, he was making garlands for Krishna.
Yeah.
He's a devotee, he's not a Shudra making
No.
garlands.
He's not an ordinary gardener.
The devotee was making leaf bowls for
Any
worship.
engagement for Krishna, he is Vaishnava. If he is under the guidance of his spiritual master and doing the business according to the direction, He's Vaishnava. He's above all this.
A Shudra, if he is working, he cannot take Brahman initiation, but he can take Harinam, is that it?
He's just like sometimes our man, my devotee, they wash the cupboard. Does it mean he is a method? No. He can go to the dirty room also. He's not a method or sweeper. But sometimes we do that. So, devotee is above all this consideration. But because there is management, they should appear as Brahmin, as Shudra, as Kshatriya, like that. Sagunan samititaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Man chabhya vicharni bhakti yogena jase. A devotee, because he is working as a Shudra, he is not a Shudra. Neither he is a Brahmana. He is already in the spiritual platform. But for management you have to do that. One can do the Shudra's work nicely. Let him be engaged in that way. Why should he imitate?
Does he get second initiation?
Everything he will get.
He gets.
Yes. Second initiation means recognize now he has become fully competent Vaishnava.
What if he says...
Just like master is teaching the servant, now you give message in this way. But that does not mean he has become a servant.
What if the Shudra person working as Shudra says, I can do so much, I can
First of all, try to understand, a devotee is neither Brahman nor Shudra. He may act like a Shudra, but he is not Shudra. He may act like a Brahman, he is not Brahman, he is Vaishnava. Just like gopis. The gopis, they are village cowards women. They are, according to social construction, they are not very high class. They do not belong to the Brahmin class. But their worship, method of worship has been taken the highest. Ramma Kachid Upasana, Bhajoduta Devi. They were village girls and practically their character was also not good. Because at the dead of night they are going to Krishna. But why they have been taken as the topmost devotee of Krishna? Because the love was so high class. It is the taste, how much one has learned to love Krishna. That is wanted. Apparently he may appear as a Brahman or Shudra or Vaishya, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only business is to see. Sabai pungsang paradharma, jato bhakti yade. Hare Krishna. Jaya. That is wanted.
What if the person cannot chant 16 rounds a day? He says,
then he is not a human being. He is a rascal, that's all. He is not a human being. What to consider of talking about? Don't talk about it. If he cannot chant 16 hours, he is not even a human, he is an animal.
In one of your purports, Prabhupada, you said, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he said a devotee is one who chants 64 rounds. But you have given us only 16 rounds.
16, yes.
So if we cannot do that, then
you are an animal. That's all. That is the only qualification. He is not fit for becoming a human.
Even he may be employed as factory worker or something.
Well, if you take factory workers are better than animals, that is another.
One point that you made a few years ago in Vrindavan was that this demoniac civilization, especially in USA, keeps a man so much engaged. They make them work so hard just to earn the simple necessities of life that they don't have time to cultivate
Well,
spiritual knowledge.
if he likes, he can get time because he's not in the factory 24 hours. But if one, that is extreme apratihata. Krishna consciousness cannot be checked by any material condition. If anyone wants to become Krishna conscious, it is not checked. So, there is nothing impediment, provided he wants to become. In any condition of life, sthane sthita, if he simply hears about Krishna, then everything is all right. He gradually catch up everything and adjust things. But if he has no ears to hear about Krishna, then it is difficult. That was Sravanam. The first thing is that. The first qualification, he must be eager to hear about Krishna. Then everything will come. Sravanam Kirtanam Vitya Smaranam Pasam Archanam Vandanam Vyasam.
Such devotees that they do service, they may be very big, they attract so many people, they're successful kirtan and everything, but we know they're not chanting japa. What can we do in that situation?
Situation, he's doing some service. He's doing some service.
Yes.
So, because on account of that service, if he could not, that can be excused, but not that practice should be taken as permanent business. The regulation is that if you cannot finish your chanting that day, the next day you should forget sleeping and eating and you must finish it.
Some persons we encounter, they don't even chant at all, and yet we are in association with them, and they're...
No, if you miss on account of busyness, then next day you must finish it.
No,
You should not go to sleep, you should not die. Yes, that day you should forget all other business, first of all, compensate it.
Some devotees have it as a chronic condition, though.
Then he's an animal.
But still, he's doing lots of good
He may even be
tangible
Well,
service.
then they will get some chance later on. What is that about? If you do not follow the regulatory principle. The business is that if one day you cannot, but you finish, the next day you must finish. Now for eating he is very eager, and for sleeping he is very eager, and for finishing chanting he has no eagerness. Then he is animal. It is simply an excuse. Yesterday you had no time, you are very busy all life. Today you forget your sleeping and eating. That is one. And only for chanting, but you have no time. This is not allowed. This is not allowed. This is cheating. Because I am so busy.
Just these devotees in Hyderabad, they are chanting 25 rounds a day or more.
That's all right. If you can chant more, that is good.
Just associate with them, that's different.
But you do your business. You don't follow them, that's all. You remain perfect. There are many imperfects admitting, but you try to remain perfect so that they may see you, your behavior, and they may follow you. If everyone is sincere in his activity, then what is the question? Well, that society means if I am defective, I am seeing that you are being nicely. So I understand. That is also teaching. Actually, that should be the practice. If I cannot finish my 16 down due to some business, the next day I must finish it. And if you say that next day also I am busy, then you should forgo, you are eating and sleeping. You finish it. That is the way. You are so busy, but you do not forget you are eating and sleeping. That is cheating. If you are so busy that you forget you are eating and sleeping, then I can consider that you are very busy. But you do not forget this portion. Whenever there is opportunity, I sleep and eat, and I have no time for chanting. This is cheating. How long you can go on by cheating? You must finish it. Hare Krishna. Somebody after initiation, he promises, yes, I shall follow these rules and regulations. I shall chant 16 down before the fire, before the deity, before the guru. And if he does not follow, then he is a cheater. What to speak of is becoming a Vaishnava. He is a cheater. He breaks all his promises. Therefore, after seeing, observing a person is doing everything, then say second initiation, or he should not be recommended for second initiation unless the president and the other authorities see that he is doing nicely, he is following, otherwise he should not be recommended. If he is recommended, that is also another cheating. If we know that this person is not following the rules and regulations, then why should you recommend him? Then is another cheating. Vidhi bhakti must be followed, otherwise it becomes sahaja.